mommy said asshole, and that's the toilet word.
Welcome to Life Under the Laundry Pile, airing it all out, one conversation at a time.
Hey, guys.
Hi, guys. Ah! Hello, everybody. This is Copper.
This is Heather.
And here we are again.
Here we are again. It's kind of weird.
Episode 34.
It's kind of weird looking at you face to face. We never do that. We did not do that.
It's kind of creepy. It's a little uncomfortable.
It is weird. Like sometimes I have to look to something else instead of looking at you. You're freaking me out.
Mostly I really don't look at you. I look at me because I'm like, glorious.
Oh,
this is a great angle for me.
See, mine's not. My lighting is terrible, but yeah.
Shut up. You look adorable.
Yeah, with my pea soup green walls behind me.
No, we're gonna get that fixed.
I am. I'm painting it. I picked a color, so it's gonna be pretty navy blue very soon. So I'll get right on that. That's on my list.
Right. It's on your list of things to do.
Exactly.
In case you don't know what we're talking about, so we're in separate areas now because Heather ditched me for Tennessee.
Yep.
And her office, so we Skype now while we're recording.
Yes.
Her office is the color of shit, basically.
It really it is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it looks like someone had massive diarrhea all over the walls of her office.
You know what it really looks like, to be honest, to be quite...
1998?
No, is that's kind of... No, yeah, it does. But it's actually the color of baby food, green beans.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, it is. It's that weird, funky, like, army green, like, shit color. It's really bad. Yeah, and my husband liked it. That was the worst part of the story, was he really liked it and wanted to keep it. And I was like, no, absolutely not. And when you saw it over the Skype and you said it was really bad, I was like, see, it has to be really bad.
You're like, now Copper said it's bad, so it has to be true.
I did. I was like, Copper saw it and shit was like shit. And he's like,
because I would never criticize your shit, and I felt really passionate about. Like if I was like meh, I would never say anything, but I'm like, oh my god, that's the worst. And I'm gonna know it's bad.
And I'm gonna blame that for why I look like shit on the Skype. Like literally, you can't look good with baby food shit green behind your head.
Yeah.
Like, that's got to be it. Got to be the reason why, right?
The lighting's all off because of those walls.
It is.
And I told you what Matt said. He's like, well, you know, if she wants to talk Lloyd into painting it, at least just let him paint it the same colors as LSU. So, you know, give him his purple and yellow back, and I'm sure he'd be happy to do it.
Yeah, well, that ain't happening.
No.
Thanks, Matt.
I'm like, I might have to kill you for that statement, just to defend my friend's honor.
I might have to help you. That was a terrible idea, Matt. Terrible idea. And good for you that Lloyd doesn't listen, because he would probably say...
He would be like on that immediately.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That dude. He thinks he's cute and funny, but...
Which one? Both? They both.
I think they both do, actually.
I think so, too. Yeah. Absolutely. Crazy.
Nerds.
So what's up?
Not much. We had VBS this week, so that was entertaining.
Yeah. It's way more entertainment than we've had.
Right.
Oh, my gosh. I think my kids have actually turned into computers and tablets. Like, if you looked in their eyeballs,
it's fine.
There's probably, like, bits and... What is that? Like, bits and... Bytes and...
Zeros and ones, 0 1 0 1 0 1. Yeah.
That's what my kids have.
I think that we're in danger of that here, too. But Matt actually flew out on Father's Day before we even woke up. So, that was pretty easy on us. And we didn't have to do anything. But he flew out on Father's Day, and then the boys had VBS. So it's been kind of... it's been really nice. It's just been Maggie and I in the morning. So... we've shopped, we've had breakfast, we've sat on the couch watching TV for 3 hours straight. It's just kind of been nice and lazy. So,
well, it's kind of nice to have one of your kids,
right.
Because typically you don't really have that,
Right.
They're all either in school or they're all in your face.
Right.
So it is really nice to have that alone time, especially with the oldest one and the girl.
Right.
I mean, I get it. Poor Emma, and even Aubrey, my oldest, it's a struggle to find that time. So that was really nice that you got to do that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's kind of one of the reasons, like, when I sign the boys up, she's like, I don't really want to do it. I'm like, perfect, because then we can do this instead. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
Now, I actually, I do tend to, I make an effort to spend time with them individually, and it's always a little, I don't do it on purpose, but I tend to grab her first, so I think I spend more time with her than I do with the boys on an individual level. Now that they're older, I try to make more of an effort to kind of even it out, but it used to be, you know, because they took so much of my energy at home that I would always grab her if I was going somewhere. So
yeah,
even if it was just the grocery store, at least it was something.
Yeah, I do the same.
It all
thing.
counts, you know.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Absolutely.
Right.
I'll grab Emma if I'm going to run to the store and I'm like, do you want to come to the store with me? And I know it sounds stupid, but sometimes that's the only like one-on-one time we get.
I agree.
And so
I agree.
I definitely do that a lot too.
Yeah.
But golly, I was sitting here as you were talking, and I was thinking, did we do anything this week? Our weeks are kind of like blurring into each other just because I've still been unpacking, so I don't really even know.
You guys went to the movies?
We did. Thank you. We went to see Cars 3, and it was really cute. Actually, Cars 2 was a huge disappointment to me.
Cars 2 sucked.
It did.
Let's not lie.
And and that's really sad because we owned it. And the kids even scratched it. Paige, when she was a baby, she scratched it. And so I went out and bought another Cars 2. I don't know why, because the kids rarely ever watched it. And so I didn't have real high hopes for 3, but actually, it was actually really good. It was a nice closure. It wasn't sad either. So lest you think it was like Toy Story 3 all over again, it wasn't.
Right. No.
So yeah, but I will.
Well, and I was kind of worried about it because quite frankly, they did not promote it very well at all. So.
No. Well, it's only been out since the 16th. So by the time we saw it was the 20th. So it had only been out 4 days, and there were probably 25 people in the theater with us, and that was it. So I don't know. Who knows? But.
It was kind of weird. Yeah. I thought, like it came out and there just wasn't that much in the way of promoting.
Well, there was a little list that floats around, and it's like the 15 worst Pixar movies rated from like top to bottom or bottom to top. I forget or whatever. And Cars 3 was like number 13 or number 12 or something like that. So
Cars 3, the one that just came out. Wow.
Yeah, it was already on that list. So they were just saying it was kind of like, and Finding Dory was on that list, which is obvious because Finding Dory was literally just Finding Nemo with a different fish. I mean, the kids hated it. They're like, this movie's awful. And I'm like, how can a kid movie be awful?
Full disclosure, I've not seen Finding Dory in its full glory. I just, it's one of those movies that we put in once it came out on DVD, and the kids watched it while I did other stuff. So
yeah, well, apparently it's not worth watching again. But Cars 3 was cute. I really wish we had gone to see Captain Underpants or Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Those I would have probably enjoyed much better, but it was fine. So
Captain Underpants is on our list. I think we're going to do that next week. So
yeah, I would like to. We have company coming in next week, so we won't be going.
Oh.
So
who's coming up?
My in-laws are actually coming back with with what's left of our furniture that was left in Texas. Yes, they're coming, and it'll be nice because he's gonna have a to-do list, kind of a mile long of stuff that he can do for me because Lloyd works and he can't really get to it.
Right.
So I have shrubs.
Well, and your father-in-law really likes to do that. Like, I think he really enjoys.
Well, he will definitely
keeping his hands busy.
He will get his fill next week because I literally have shelves that need to be built. Shrubs that need to be pulled out, stuff need to be painted, the fence needs to be fixed. I mean, just so much stuff. So I will keep his ass busy, that's for sure. So, but yeah, but that's next week. So I don't know, but the biggest highlight of our week was last night.
Oh,
when poor Lloyd went to a site in Atlanta for work and calls me at like 5. No, he called me at 4:15, and he said, my car won't move. I literally am broke down on the side of the road. And I was like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. Well, this car, is like 2004 Camry.
Right.
And it has like 190,000 miles on it. It's got a lot of miles on it.
It's had a good life.
Yes, it has. And so I was like, shit, I knew this day was coming. We literally have sunk like $4,000 over the past year into this car. But we were hoping to hold it out long enough for Aubrey. So long story short, he gets it towed. Geico tows it to the dealer. And the guy's like, I think it's your transmission, which, as you know, is the kiss of death, pretty much.
Right.
So he's like, so anyway, the general manager comes out, which was a good move on his part, because Lloyd came home at 1:15 this morning with a brand new Camry. Right. And so the kicker to the story is they called us today to tell us it was not the transmission, it was a $600 part. So we now own 2 Camrys, and so Aubrey will be happy when she realizes that she has a car.
Maybe she will be. I don't know.
I would have been tickled.
I'm pretty sure that's not the. What did she wanted an Audi, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, this is not. Yeah. This is not the G wagon she thinks it is.
No. It's a perfectly cute. I mean, it's a good car.
It is
so,
a perfect
and
car
Toyotas are very strong cars.
For
it'll last a long time.
Absolutely, it's a perfect car for a first car.
But it's not quite what she was looking for.
Nicer than my fucking first car. My first car was a 200 SX, which was in 1979. And I know I'm old, but I graduated in like 90 people. So that was like, what was that? 80? Oh my God, that was only an 11-year-old car when No, I got it when I was 16. So how old? I would have been 85, 79 to 8. No, that cannot be the right math. That can't be right. That car was how old? 79?
Probably you probably got it like in 88.
80, maybe 87. But that still means if you do the math, it was less than 10 years old. No, hell no. That car looked like it was something out of the like 50s, 60s.
Well, my first car was a Ford Mustang, which everyone's like, oh, that's amazing. Hell no, that wasn't amazing. It was a 1989 Ford Mustang. So if you look back into the 80s, the Mustangs were pieces of shit. Like they were not sporty. I think it was like a hatchback.
Yeah.
It had been owned by a much heavier person before I owned it. So like my driver's seat just kind of sat at an angle. And then it was not a great car. And it did the job actually perfectly fine. So it was a great car, but the seats laid down quite nicely. But what was I going to say? Oh, so the first day that I got to drive it to school, we went to Wendy's for lunch. And I drove too close to the cement barrier to the ordering sign.
Right.
You know, the little, And I just really like shaved the side of that car off. And of course, my parents, full right. Like, I mean, I don't blame them for this at all. And I don't think I did at the time either. I didn't care. They didn't fix it. So the entire life of that car had it was this blue and it had this yellow dented streak down the driver's side of it. So it was really classy.
I have to know what shade of blue was it?
I think in its best day, it was probably like a royal blue.
Okay, yeah.
But it was well beyond its best day. Yeah. So by the time I got it, it was more of a rusty blue.
I had a car like that several years later after I graduated high school. I had many cars, but I had a red, what was it, Pontiac Grand Am.
Uh-huh.
That car was the biggest piece of shit I've ever driven in my entire life. Like, people felt sorry for me when they saw me at the red light. That was but that was all I could afford at the time, you know? So you do with what you have, you know, but yeah, that's really funny. Yeah.
I love the Stanger. The Stanger was a good car, but it was it was not pretty in any way, shape, or form. And it did not have any get-go to it either. Like, it wasn't like, ooh, a Mustang. You must have gone fast. No, I did not go fast in that car. Like,
but I mean, to be honest, if looking back, there were lots of cars that were very similar to the car that the Camry that we're going to give Aubrey, and I would have been like, hey, yeah, I'll drive that car. Right. You know, like a Honda Accord, a Honda Civic, something like that. I would have totally driven something like that back in the day. So that, to me, is kind of what the Camry is like for her. But unfortunately for me, her vision of a first car is not what my vision of a first car was. Yeah. Obviously.
No, I have seen her vision of what her first car should be, and
Yeah. So, yeah. I was more conservative and practical. Like, let's see how many friends I can get in the 4-door car. Hers is more like, let's see how fast and swagger wagon I can be.
Right.
And, so.
Awesome. Okay. Do we have a call to action this week?
Do we have a call to action this week? Do we?
Do we have anything for our listeners? I guess we didn't talk about that.
We did not. And we did previously have a call to action for the virtual pool party. And Most people.
I have one.
You do?
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say most people responded with, what do you think? Drum roll, please.
Alcohol.
Yes.
Booze.
That was what was the most important thing.
That's how they survived the pool.
Yep.
Was booze.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what will you have a call to action?
All right. Well, my call to action to everybody for this week is when you're done listening to this episode, go onto Facebook, look up Life Under the Laundry Pile podcast group, like that page so that you can participate, and then share it with 2 of your friends.
Absolutely good idea. You know what's really funny? Yeah. If we could get to the point where we had nifty bumper stickers or T-shirts, we could coerce people with those beauties. Yeah.
I think that's something we should definitely look into. I would be more than willing to look into that.
Hell yeah, I'd rock that bumper sticker on the back. Or
koozies. Everybody loves a koozie.
Yep, there you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Brilliant idea. We'll have to look into that.
Yeah. I will make a note.
Yeah. I thought you said I will pick a nose.
I might pick a nose. I don't know. I mean, this is Skype. You'll see me doing it. But if you see me cover it up, you know what I'm doing.
Oh, wait.
I'm going in for a bogey.
Well, as long as you're not doing something crazy with that freaky-ass tripod thing you had earlier, then we're good.
I don't know why you were so shocked. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I don't know why you were so shocked by that. I've seen it a thousand times.
I have seen it before. Well, just keep in mind, okay, Copper has this...
It looks like a butt plug.
It does. Triple butt plug.
Yeah.
Because there's 3 legs to it.
There's 3 legs
to it. And so she had it upside down, and at the very edge of the frame, all you could see were the 3 legs.
Yeah.
So, of course, it looked like this disgusting, sex toy. And so I said, what the hell is that? And why are there 3 of them? You don't have 3 holes. So, it was pretty gross.
That's what you think. Waka waka.
Oh, that's just weird, and I don't even want to know. No. Waka Waka, like, why are you doing a fucking Sesame? What is that reference to? What is that show? Yeah,
The Muppets.
The Muppets. Why would you bring the Muppets into this dirty conversation? What the hell?
Why wouldn't I bring the Muppets into this dirty conversation?
Oh, this is Sesame Street in the suburbs, bitches. Not Muppet.
I
not
knew
the
we were
Muppet
coming
show.
back to that.
Do you realize?
So to go back to that, it's not a butt plug. It's a tripod for your phone, so that you can set your phone up.
She's just telling all that shit so that she doesn't look so bad. Yeah, it's
bitch, please. I don't keep those toys in my office. They're in a box in my closet.
It's dual purpose.
You know where they're at, because when I die, you need to hurry down here and throw them away.
You obviously didn't read the box. You didn't read the box.
No.
Look behind you.
Oh. All right. Let's pause for just 1 second. Okay. So, oh my gosh, what were we saying? We had a little bit of confusion there because my boys came in for a snack. They were obviously confused when I said earlier, we are recording. Do not come in.
What that really means to kids is, hey, let's see how much noise you can make. It's kind of like when you're on the phone with not a salesperson, when you're on the phone.
Really, anybody. Like, the second my phone rings, like these horns pop out of the kids' foreheads, and they just go batshit crazy.
My mom used to joke that the second the phone rang, like, I would tear around the corner looking for shit to get into.
Yes, that's exactly.
She said all you could see, because in the 70s we wore those little granny dresses. Do you remember the little granny dresses?
Yep.
And she said she would see the edge of the granny dress just fly by the corner of her eye. Like, she knew I was up to no good because the phone rang.
Right.
And it was like, what can she get into?
It's like, what can I do to make the situation bad?
Yeah, exactly. So
all right. Well, what are we talking about this week?
We are talking about
our virtual blah 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 pool party.
Virtual pool party. Yep, that's right.
Do you want to try that again? Maybe a little classier than I did, because that did not come out right.
Virtual pool party.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Which, like we said, I haven't had any pool time this summer. It's really kind of sad. The kids.
Do you guys have a pool? I mean, I know there's not one in your backyard, but is there how does that work? Is there a community pool there, or?
No, there is not, unfortunately. So, I mean, we'd like to put a pool in, but the reality is that's super expensive, and that's not going to happen.
Well, now you just bought a new car, so it's really not going to happen.
Yeah, the pool's sitting in the driveway, so, yeah, no. I mean, they've been playing in the sprinklers and stuff like that, but we do definitely miss being able to go to the pool at night. I mean, it was so super convenient and such an easy thing for the kids to do every single night.
The translation that she misses us is basically, because that's what, we would do is go night swimming. So
absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I got to stop saying absolutely. I got to stop saying that. So anyway. So yeah.
Are you so on Facebook, we belong to a couple of different podcast groups. And the one that we're talking about, like what they edit out and what they keep in. And I said that we both have tics. And when I edit the show, I don't edit out all of our tics because I think it kind of
it takes the human aspect out of it.
Our tics make it more authentic. I mean, like, this is how we talk. Yeah. However, sometimes we'll get stuck in a broken record of the same thing, like, over and over again, and I will delete that. But then, so when I said that, and I made a second comment, that I'm like, Heather's going to see this, and she's going to want to know what her tic is.
I did, absolutely.
And sure as shit, she's like, what's my tic? Yeah.
And we talked about it. Like, it's really hard. And if anybody's ever done it, they know it's really super hard because you have that weird, you're in that weird place where if you don't say something and the other person's doing all the talking,
right?
In my mind's eye anyway, I want the audience to know that I am indeed listening. So I interject every once in a while. But I don't know that that's really the hallmark of good, like, host. I have no idea. I don't know if you're just supposed to keep your fucking mouth shut and not say a word.
And the other part of that is that's not your tic. So
no. Oh Jesus! I really don't want to know. I really don't. I'm good. I'm good. Some things are best.
It's not in any way, shape, or form annoying. So I'm not going to tell you what it is. So
good. Don't, because then I'll be totally self-conscious. Yeah, don't do it.
I keep clearing my throat, and I'm so sorry. I have like a frog. It must be the beer I'm drinking.
Must be. All right, so we are having a virtual pool party.
We're having our pool party.
And in case you didn't know, we're both wearing bikinis.
And it's lovely.
It is. It's very lovely. I like your navy blue bikini.
Thank you. Right? Yeah. It's a nice thong bikini. Mm-hmm. And it showcases my lady landscaping very well.
I know, it's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. I have a high-waisted one on. Do you like my high-waisted one?
Yes.
Isn't that nice?
It's nice. Yeah? It's very
nice. Super cute.
I actually really like the high-waisted bikinis. I think those always look really cute. Well,
it's nice because it sucks your gut in.
Yeah.
But the problem is, then it pushes the shit up even farther. Yeah. So then you've got this weird roll between your boob and the top of the granny panty, like, bottoms.
You're gonna have what do they call it? Muffin top, no matter what. Like,
oh hell yeah,
that fat's not going to disappear no matter what you do. It's just going to be higher up.
But I don't really know that that's a muffin top at that point. It's more like a, what is that? What are those fancy rolls that they make for rich people? It's more like a
scone.
Yeah, it's like a scone top or some shit. It's like not even a muffin top anymore when it's that high up. It's a boob top.
It's a boob top.
Yeah, it's an under boob top. Yeah.
It's like a mushroom cap. I don't know.
Man,
I really don't know.
I
don't know.
Oh, yeah, I'm afraid that's kind of what it is. So,
it's like a...
Hey, our friend Janelle will be happy to know there was some landscaping that went on recently.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Apparently you did. You're like, what? You kind of have to for a thong.
Oh, yeah. Hello. Oh, yeah. No, I didn't. This thong I'm wearing right now, it's full glory right here. I didn't landscape anything.
And Matt will be real happy that your butt cheeks are stuck to that vinyl chair that he sits in all the time.
It's so nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No, the reality is I'm picturing you right now, and all I can see is your head. But you've got black leggings on.
How did you know?
Because that's all you own.
That is all I own. Oh, I am lazy.
I'm wearing jeans and a t-shirt. So yeah.
So you're less predictable than I am. I'm extremely predictable. Like, literally, I almost freaked out this morning when I went to get dressed and I realized I only had one pair of black leggings that are still clean. And to be fair, they're not leggings. They're like workout capri pants.
Those count.
Yeah, they do.
They totally count.
That's exactly what it is. And you're right. Yeah. That's what I have on, along with the blue sports bra. So we're really not sitting around in bikinis.
Yeah.
You had to spoil the fun, damn it.
I know, right? But we look all right. We're pretty. I brushed my teeth today.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you did too, because it's 4:00 in the afternoon, so you've had 3 showers.
Yeah, pretty much. 2 today.
Yeah.
2 today. Yeah.
So we're doing okay. So back to our pool party. So we just wanted to kind of cover some of the things that we think are necessary to survive at the pool.
Yep.
We did put the shout out or a call to action, and most of our listeners responded in the only way we would ever respect or expect them to, which was, I'm going to say that again and cut that out because that didn't come out right. We sent out a call to action to our listeners, and they responded in the only way we expect them to, which was alcohol is the only way to survive.
That's right.
Which is pretty much true.
It really is. And
Right.
especially,
And the asterisk to that is when we say that our pool parties are generally held at our community pool, which has lifeguards. So these are not things we suggest you do when you're home alone.
well, what do you mean when you're home alone? You're supposed to get drunk when you're home alone, aren't you? Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Not in your own pool. Like if I had a pool in my backyard, I don't think I would drink.
Oh.
I mean,
okay.
I would, but not as much because I'd have to be much more vigilant.
I get it. I see what you're saying. I thought you meant if you were like sitting around the pool by yourself at home.
Oh, no. Then I would be completely wasted.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. Oh, I see. So you totally, it's okay to go get shit-faced at the pool when there's lifeguards to watch
Well,
your kids. Yeah.
Define shit-faced. I mean, I always walk out just fine.
I don't know. I've never literally brought alcohol to the pool. It's just really funny because when I was doing some research for this episode, I discovered that they actually make whiskey in a can for you to take. So if you want whiskey, because typically whiskey's in a bottle, but they make whiskey in a can.
Whiskey in a can.
Yeah, which I will never purchase because I'm not a whiskey drinker.
Me neither. I can't do whiskey.
No, but I thought that was a pretty neat thing to have.
Yeah.
Because you can always bring cans to the pool. Always.
That's true. Very true. Mm-hmm. And to the beach. You can always take cans to the beach as well.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely no glass.
No glass.
So.
That's just rude.
So
gadgets.
So,
yes,
yeah,
gadgets.
You go.
So the gadget thing was what's our must-have tools for the pool. The biggest thing that we have to have is goggles. Lots of goggles. And I know that you guys are the same way. Like, I don't know what is up with her. Back in my day, you just got in the damn pool. Like, we didn't even get sunscreen. You just got in. My kids have to always have goggles on.
My eyes were so bloodshot from swimming in the summertime that literally they probably look like bloody eyeballs.
Right.
Like, I don't even know. But yeah, we never wore fucking goggles. I don't know what the deal is with my kids and goggles. I buy stock every year at the Dollar Tree with those cheap ass goggles just because inevitably someone has lost them, But yeah, they're obsessed. Like one of my kids won't even go swimming unless she has her goggles.
Yeah.
I said, "Are you kidding me?" She's like, "I can't see underwater." I said, "It's a thing called open your eyes." But yeah, she won't do it.
Henry won't even and he's not super comfortable in the water, so he doesn't, you've watched him, like he doesn't go very far. He doesn't leave the stairs very often. Certainly doesn't go underwater very much, although I do have a little story there. And he still insists on having those goggles on all the time. So just in case. He did last week. We went to our friend's community pool, and they had a diving board there, and he went off the diving board.
Did he really?
He did.
How deep was it?
It's deep. It's like 9 feet. Yeah.
And he swam? That's pretty awesome.
Well, I mean, he had his floater.
Okay.
What do they call that thing he wears? But I mean, he had his life jacket thingy on.
Gotcha.
But he actually, he's not super brave about that stuff. But he did it one time, and then he did it 25 more times. Like after he did it the first time, he's like, "Oh, that's really cool." So
Yay, go
he's getting
Henry.
braver. Maybe by next year we'll be swimming.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
He can take his head out of my ass and go swimming.
But you know what? That was Paige for a couple of years. Like she would sit on the edge, and then she would come to me like 500 times.
Right.
And everybody else would be swimming, but she was too she wasn't quite there.
Right.
And all of a sudden, toward the end of the summer last year, it just kind of clicked for her, and she was a fish. Like she pretty much even taught herself how to swim.
Right.
So he'll get there. It's just, you know what? It's kind of freaky. I get it. Deep water is freaky. Pools aren't that scary, but to a little kid, absolutely that's.
And generally, I don't complain that he has that fear, but at the same time, it tends to lead to they're not playing with me because everybody else is in the water playing, and he's often like, "Well, you could swim out there. You're safe. You have your life jacket on. I'm here. Lifeguards are here. You're perfectly safe to go try," and he just won't do it. So
that's exactly what it was with Paige. So okay, so Do you want to finish yours and then I'll do mine?
You can give me one of yours if you'd like.
Do you want to? Okay. I found a really cool thing. It's a floating beer pong tiki table.
I saw that.
It's pretty freaking awesome.
Yes.
It has like 6 to 10 cups, and it even has like space on the sides for your own drinks.
Yeah.
And it was only like $45 or something on Amazon, so it wasn't bad.
It looked really fun.
I thought, how cool would that be?
Yeah.
You know, for an adult party, obviously. Or I mean, kids could even play it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But they have lots of versions of those floating tables, which I thought are crazy. They even have some where they have like seats and they blow up. And so you sit around and you can play poker at a table or whatever. And I thought, wow, that is so cool. They didn't have that shit when I was like, you know, young and drunk.
Right.
And now that I have kids and I'm like, I don't even want to take you to the pool half the time. I sure don't want to get in the pool. But
yeah, the only thing that drives me to take the kids to the pool is the other moms. So it's that socialization and the fact that when they come home, they are going to be exhausted. So those are really the only 2 reasons I go to the pool.
Me too. Me too.
To go off of that, I have the floating volleyball net. Have you seen that?
I have not.
It's super cheap. It's only like $15. And it like the bottom of it that is floating on the water blows up just like your rings, you know, that kind of thing. And then it has the net and the ball, so they can play volleyball in the water in a temporary situation. Because like, you know, we don't have the pool in our backyard, so we can't leave things set up. It's down the street.
What keeps it from floating away, though? What keeps it from floating?
Well, let's not get that technical. It's 15 fucking bucks. Okay, it's not.
So we don't know how user friendly it is exactly.
Right. So, yeah. I'm really not sure how efficient it would be, but it looked like a lot of fun. So
yeah. Well, for the kids, hey, and then they can spend the rest of the time trying to bring it back to where it needs to be, so they can play.
Exactly.
Their problem, not mine.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Wait, no, it's your turn.
I just told you about the volleyball net.
Oh, that was your second one.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you saw this a few years back. I think it was like 3 years back. There was a Kickstarter campaign for this cooler, and I remember seeing it on Facebook. It's called a super cooler.
Yep.
And it's made by some company called Coolest or something. But it has a USB charger, a speaker, a bottle opener, bungee cords, light, plastic plates, storage for the plastic plates, a cutting board, separate storage where you can put like food on one side and like drinks on the other inside the well of the cooler, picnic knife, and a rechargeable blender, which would be the best part of all. But it's literally, you want to guess how much it is? It is so it's so unattainable. I mean, if you're a Yeti fan, then probably not.
Right.
But it's in that range.
How much is it again? Because we've looked at it and I can't remember.
$4.49.
Yeah.
$4.49, and apparently they don't sell it in tons of places. Like you can't really buy it on Amazon. No. You really have to buy it from them off of their website.
Right.
But
that Kickstarter started when we were still in Florida, and we actually looked at it because we were beach babies all the way. Like we were constantly down at the beach, down at Cocoa. So it was the perfect, it was the perfect cooler for being down there.
Do you want to know how much they raised?
A ton.
Off that Kickstarter. $4 million in six days.
Yeah.
6 days.
It was, I don't know if this is still true, because it was several years ago.
Yeah.
But it was at the time the most anyone had made through Kickstarter.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine $4 million in 6 days?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a brilliant idea. It's got everything you really need. I mean, if you
it cut down instead of carrying 20 different freaking things, it was, just one.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. But I thought it was, I remember seeing it, but I didn't remember. I remember the blender on top. That was the only thing I remembered. I didn't remember that it had all those things.
Right.
But for $400, I mean, if you're a diehard pool person or you party on the boat or something like that, it's worth it. Because I know Yetis are that.
You'll pay that much for you'll pay that much for a Yeti. So
this one actually has a lot more functionality than a Yeti does. I've had $400 for a cooler and I had to buy one. It would be that one. This one, so
I think Yetis are overrated anyway, but that's just me.
They do. My mom has one, and do you know the cooler itself weighs so much?
Yeah.
And then you put the ice in it, and you can't even carry it. I mean, it's that heavy.
Yeah.
Because the insulation is so thick in the walls of it. It's nuts.
You know it works just as well? My $30 Coleman.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't even use it anymore. She literally uses the cheaper one that she has.
Right.
Because
you can't lift it.
No. Yeah, nope. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, so that was my second one. So what's your next one?
My third one was waterproof Bluetooth speaker.
Waterproof. Okay. All right.
It has to be waterproof because you're at the pool, and kids are shitheads and they come up and drain everywhere.
But it's not one that floats in the pool. It's one that you sit beside you.
You can. They have them that do float in the pool, but with the community pool, you can't really do that. But the thing is how last year they would randomly play like music down at the pool, which was really nice, even if it wasn't necessarily what you wanted to listen to. It's just sometimes now, and you're not there, so you don't know this, but they haven't gotten their shit together down there yet. So it's always like really creepy quiet. And I'm like, what we need is music down here.
Right. Yeah. You should tell the little kids that. I know they like music. Or maybe it's a new rule this year. Maybe that distracts from the safety.
No, because we've been to other pools and they don't have it. Yeah. Okay. So
they do.
I think that it's the same reason why they don't turn the lights on at night. I just don't think they have their act together. So
I know. Well, they're 16. What do you expect?
Right.
I mean, you're literally asking a 16-year-old to, hey, save my child if they fall in and drown.
Right.
Asking them to turn music on and turn the lights on, that's the equivalent of like saying, hey, clean your room or some shit.
Exactly. I agree.
They can, yeah. So, okay. My last one is not really a gadget, but it's a really cool little tip I saw the other day on, I don't even know where I saw it, but if you have your own pool, like an above ground pool or even like a regular pool and it's cold, you can heat it up super quick by throwing garbage bags in your pool. Garbage bags act as a solar conductor and they will warm up your pool so quick. And I saw that. But they actually sell the little whatever they are. They're not garbage bags, but they sell the equivalent and you can buy them and you toss them out. They're kind of like the little sunshades that you put inside your car, but they're round and flat, and you just toss them all over the top of the pool, and they attract the heat, and it warms the pool. But
That's
awesome. The poor man's version is black garbage bags. But I thought that was a pretty neat idea because I remember when
I hate cold water.
Yeah, we had an above ground pool, and the water used to be really cold after a rain, and you couldn't get in.
Right.
So, but yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So it's not really a gadget unless you go out and buy the real one. If you want to be like, trailer trash and use the garbage bags, that's perfectly acceptable to me.
It's my own backyard. It doesn't matter if I'm trailer trash. Honestly, if I had a pool in my backyard, I'd be pretty freaking trailer trash anyway. So you best believe I'd be out there swimming naked after 9 o'clock. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I guess it's a good thing Copper doesn't have a pool in the backyard.
All my neighbors are grateful.
Yeah. All right. So those are our gadgets, yeah?
Those are our gadgets. Do you want to do books next?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's my favorite. This is my favorite one. I'm sure the next one's your favorite one, but this is my favorite one.
I don't know. You went a little crazy with the next one, but let's talk books first.
I did. And actually, of course, what happened was I found 3 books that I absolutely want to read now, and I may or may not have put them in my Amazon cart. I didn't actually hit buy, but the first one is called Sons and Daughters of Ease and Plenty by Ramona Acebel. I know it's a really, really long title, but essentially what it is it's in 1976 on Martha's Vineyard. This family's at a beach house, and they've got lots of money, and they have 3 kids. And apparently, they find out in the middle of their vacation that there's no more money. And so the parents split and leave the kids. Like, they go off. They're so stressed. One goes off, I think, on a road trip with a stranger. And then the husband, I forget where the husband goes. He goes somewhere too. But literally leaves these kids there. So it's kind of like, the description says the 3 children are left for days with no guardian in an improvised Neverland. And so it's just the story of them for, I guess, the rest of the summer kind of taking care of themselves at this beach house, which I thought was a pretty quirky little story. I'd never, you know, it was kind of a new idea. So that was my first one.
My first one, and you're going to kill me because I actually have 4, but 2 of them actually go together. So, the first one is We Are Never Meeting in Real Life.
Shut up.
Is it on your list?
That is on my list. Can you see that?
I think I smell a book review coming up.
Oh my God. I cannot believe we picked the same one. That is like, I just showed you that.
It looks so good to me.
I know. So go ahead and describe it. I thought it looked amazing too.
So it's just an essay by this woman, Samantha Irby. She's a writer. She's a comedian. I think she's done some acting. And it's just essays about her life.
She's
and
a blogger
her views
too.
on things. Huh?
She's a blogger, they say.
Yes. Yeah. I said writer. Sorry.
Well, apparently she's famous for saying bitches gotta eat or something like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who she is.
So she's pretty funny. So I'm looking forward to reading that. I think that since we both had that on our list, we definitely have to read that and then talk about it. We
have to. And it says, it's really funny. It says that she talks about explains why she should be the new Bachelorette. She's 35-ish, but could easily pass for 60-something. They talk about Costco, suburban moms. I definitely want to read that one. So yeah, that's so funny that we both picked it. I have to know, where did you go for your books? Not Amazon, Barnes and Noble.
Where did I go for this list?
Yes.
Well, they were actually ones I knew I wanted to read. So
okay, I found them on Barnes and Noble.
Did you?
Yeah, they were like the like staff picks or whatever. They weren't.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's so funny that we picked the same one. But is this one a 2-part? Is this what you're talking about? Are there 2 parts to this one?
No, ma'am. No.
Okay.
My next one is, and I'll go ahead since that's the same one that you had.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and tell you my next one is Glass Sword, and the second one is King's Cage. They're both by Victoria Aveyard.
Yes.
And what they are is they're the second and third part of that Red Queen book that you let me borrow that one time. It was so good. It's a teenage, a young adult series. It reads really well. I think I read it in a day.
You did, which is nuts to me. I don't think I've read a book in a day in like 40 years.
Right. But the thing is when I'm reading a book down at the water, like at the beach or the pool, I need easy reads because my focus is not always on the book. It's like on the kid. So a little bit of read, 1, 2, 3. A little bit of read, count 1, 2, 3. So, but I really like that first one. And now that the 2 are out, and I think she's working on the 4th one now. So I
actually have Glass Sword on my bookshelf in there. So if I were still in Texas, you could have it, but I don't. I'll just hold the pages up here on Skype.
Yeah,
and
we'll Skype and I'll read it.
If you can fucking read it in one day, then look, I'll just hold it up here for you all day. I'll give that chore to one of the kids and make them stand their ass in front of the Skype screen and let you read it.
Right.
All right. Now, hopefully you won't have this one. Were those your books?
Huh?
Were those all your books?
No, I have one more.
Okay,
I just listed both of those because they're both of the same series, so I want to get both of them in this summer.
Well, I hope you don't have this one because this book was probably so crazy amazing. I was like, no way, shut up. It's called Stingray Afternoons. It's a memoir by Steve Rushin, and he says it's a wild and bittersweet memoir of a classic 70s childhood. So they go on a road trip in the wood-paneled station wagon that we all want to have, you know. It's just really funny. Like, it's just his story of growing up in the 70s. It says with Big Pens, Mr. Clean, lightsabers, and Schwinn Stingray bikes, which is, I guess, where the title came from. But I really definitely want to read that book. But I was like,
it sounds fun.
It does, and the cover's pretty crazy. It's a little kid on that little high-handled bicycle or whatever.
Yeah.
So, like, I definitely, out of the 3, those 2 that I said, the We're Never Meeting in Real Life and then the Stingray Afternoons, I definitely want to read those. So
excellent,
crazy. All right, so what's your last one?
My third one it's another memoir. It's funny that we're like choosing these. Let's Pretend This Never Happened. It's a mostly true memoir by Jenny Lawson. She talks about, this is the first one, I want to say it was the first book she wrote, and she has a series of books now, but she is very candid about her mental illnesses, but she has a very funny and realistic view of them. And then she also talks about her childhood, which was very, what's the word I'm looking for? English is such a hard language. It was not a common childhood. So like her dad was a taxidermist and living that
This is the book with the stuffed raccoon on the front.
Yes.
Okay. I've seen several moms carry it around with them. So I knew it was on the bestseller list, but I don't know who she is either. She's a comedian, you said?
No? She blogs and she writes, and then she just she's very smart. I mean, she has a lot to say, and it comes off very well. Versus me speaking, apparently.
That's what happens when you drink and talk.
I had one beer. Okay, I think we all know that's like nothing.
For you, it's nothing. For me, I'd be over here slurring my words even more. You'd be saying, "Get your ass back up to the microphone, bitch! What the hell? Get off the chair." Stop
if it was
leaning
Janelle,
back.
she'd be sleeping. Oh, she and I went out on Saturday night, and we went out to dinner, and then we stopped at another restaurant, and we sat there for quite a while, like hours. And it was the most she had drank in a long time. It was pretty entertaining. So,
oh my gosh, did you not record any of it?
I should have.
You should
but
have.
some of that didn't need to go public. But I mean, it was really funny. And she'd be like, "I'm really drunk. I should stop." And then the bartender would come around and be like, "Oh, another round,"
Oh, well, that's funny. All right.
So that was my third one. So that was it for me. You have one more?
I don't. Those were my three. Girl, you can't count today. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. 1, 2, 3. I did the Sons and Daughters of Ease and Plenty. The one where the kids were left to, and then we shared the one about.
We shared the We're Never Meeting Real Life. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. I hadn't counted that off. So sorry.
Yeah, those are my 3.
I usually make a check mark when you've given yours, and I did not do that for the one that we shared. So
it's okay. All right. So
whatever.
Move on to the drinks.
Yeah.
Drinky drinks, absolutely. And we have a big board on our Pinterest wall. And I literally I have tons of drinks that I threw on my wall that I need to go and throw on our wall. But, okay. The first one that I found it's called Sex in the Driveway All Summer Long. Have you heard of that one?
No.
Okay. It's just peach schnapps, blue curacao, is that how you say? Vodka and Sprite. No?
Oh.
No?
Schnapps and I do not have a good history together.
I don't like peach, so I probably would not like this one. But I just thought the name was really cute. Sex in the Driveway All Summer Long. I mean,
that's
cute
pretty
is
cute.
that?
That's pretty good.
And that's definitely a beachy kind of pool drink. Because if you can see it on Pinterest, it's really pretty colors. So, but yeah, that was my first one. So.
Well, my go-to for the pool is Bloody Marys every time.
Oh, man. And I pinned some Bloody Marys that were crazy.
Yeah.
There's a dill pickle juice Bloody Mary.
Uh-huh.
There's one with the one with a hamburger on top. I mean, I would never do that.
I love it when you do that. Like you go, and of course you pay like $20 for them, but they've got all the food on top. It's so good.
Yeah. See, now I want a Bloody Mary, and I don't have stuff to make a Bloody Mary.
No, you don't, because we drank it right before you left.
We did, I know, but I'm going to buy some. Okay, Cake by the Ocean, which is kind of like the song. It's now this one might sound better to you, and I didn't even know this existed, but it's cake flavored vodka.
Yes, I do know that cake. Yes.
Okay, so it's cake flavored vodka, coconut rum, pineapple juice, and OJ. I would totally drink this one.
That would sound really good. I don't think I could manage to do a lot of that, but that does sound pretty tasty.
Well, yeah, you drink one, and then that's it. But
and then switch to beer.
Yeah, no, I don't drink beer. That drink that I just said, that's the kind of stuff that I like. So that kind of fruity tropical.
It's definitely got an umbrella in it.
Absolutely, all of the ones I picked have an umbrella. Yeah. All right, shoot, go.
So my go-to actually the last couple weeks has been I came across Minute Maid makes a spicy watermelon lemonade.
So okay, but is it?
Wait a second. So it's just lemonade.
Okay.
And it's spicy watermelon. So it's got a touch of jalapeno in it.
Okay.
And then it's watermelon flavored lemonade. So what I do is I just take that, pour it over crushed ice, and then add a couple shots of vodka into it.
Okay.
And it's really, really good. And then by like halfway through your first one, you don't even care if it's good or not.
Isn't that like any good drink?
I know, right?
Yeah.
But I really like that one because it's super light. Like it's not, it's not terribly heavy. So.
And I'll be honest with you, when I go to drink, like I'll drink one. I see these people who like pina coladas. I have a friend who will drink pina coladas one right after the other.
I can't do that.
Makes me want to vomit. Like that's just, to me, that's like a dessert. So you drink one and then you're done.
Right.
But she will sit there and just continue to drink them. And
right.
I just can't do that.
No, me neither. I don't do a lot of fruity drinks anyway. Okay. I don't handle them very well. So it's not, I'm not uppity or whatever. It's not like it's beer or nothing, but I don't handle fruity drinks very well because they tend to have a lot of sugar in them. And so I feel like shit.
Yeah.
So.
And that's a very good point because you're right. Like those are my favorite, but inevitably they give me a hangover.
Right.
But I love, that and a good buttery nipple.
Yeah. And I don't do rum very well either. Like I sometimes will think I can do rum. I can't do rum.
No. I never really made the connection between what I could and couldn't do. I'm just going to say I can't do any of it. It all makes me feel like shit. But, all right. My last one is actually, and I've never had the original version of this. This is a Moscow Mule mimosa.
Yeah.
But it's a mimosa. Tasty. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what's in it, and then you can tell me what's in the real Moscow Mule, because I have no idea. This one is OJ champagne and then ginger beer, which I can tell by the look on your face that real Moscow Mule is not that. What the hell is a Moscow Mule?
I'd have to look it up. I've never made it. I don't know.
Have you had one?
I've had a couple of sips of one, and it tastes pretty good. I like it.
Okay.
But I don't know what goes into it. I've never made it.
All right. Well, this was a mimosa version of it.
But that sounds kind of good.
Yeah. No, it really doesn't. So I don't know what ginger beer tastes like. I have no idea.
Ginger beer tastes really good.
Does it?
Right. But it can be a bit strong, so you kind of have to...
I'll take your
word
for
the flavor. The flavor's a bit strong.
Okay. All right. I'll take your word for that one.
So a little bit goes a long way, I guess, is what I'm looking to say.
So one drink. One drink is probably all you could handle of that.
Yeah.
All right. Gotcha.
So my last one can actually go two different ways. I've never made this, but when I was looking around, I just thought it sounded really good. And the recipe I found was non-alcoholic. So it's something you can make for the kids. And then you can make your own that does have a little bit of alcohol in it. It's a frozen coconut limeade.
Frozen coconut
limeade. Do you like coconut?
I love coconut.
Me too. I love coconut.
I do too.
So if you say anything with coconut, holler at me because I'm in on that. So the recipe basically is in a slushy form. So you're going to blend it up.
Okay.
It's ice. And then Coco Lopez cream of coconut, which you find like over in your mixes, like your pina colada, Bloody Mary mixes. Frozen limeade.
Okay.
Frozen limeade, which you'll find in the freezer section with like the orange juice. And then now this is where you either go for your kids or for you. You can put water in it or vodka in it.
And you just walked us through the whole damn grocery store trying to find that shit. You're like, oh, it's over there. It's over the frozen. It's in the aisle 12, shelf 3.
Okay, dude, you're only picking up two things at the grocery store, the mix and the limeade. So
and it was just really funny that you were so specific about where exactly you could find this shit.
Know.
And you're like, this is exactly where you go.
It's in aisle 3. It's right next to the pina colada mix. And juice boxes are in the next aisle, so you can pick that up and then go next door and get your juice boxes, and you'll be all set for the pool.
Oh my gosh! And I have to say, I did see a really cool thing. I don't know if you've ever seen the adult Capri Suns. The adult.
Yes, I saw. Yeah,
those are so cool. It's literally like a reusable pouch.
Yeah.
And you put your drinks in it, and then you freeze it, and then
just put your little straw in, and you're all set to go. It's like it slushes up, and
I thought those were pretty cool. I was like, where were these the last 3 summers? We definitely needed those, and we didn't have.
We would have. I don't know if we would have. I was gonna say we would have had more fun, but I'm not sure.
I think I probably would have passed out and went to sleep. Like that's how tired. At that point in the evening, I'm so tired. I think one alcoholic drink would have probably been like, okay, it's nap time.
And I'm pretty sure the lifeguards get sick enough of us as it is. Like, we don't need to add alcohol into that. Like, by the time we leave, I'm pretty sure they're like, thank God. Yeah.
All right. So, what do we have? What's our next one?
All that's left is food. Do you have any, like, magical food that you take down to the pool?
I do not. I will be honest with you. I had nothing. I came up with nothing. So it's
I
all
laughed that we had this category because neither one of us are generally like snack packers.
No, but I will tell you let's just say if I was Mary fucking Poppins and like mom of the year, I would have to make some of that white trash dip. Have you seen that white trash dip?
Yeah.
Or trailer trash dip or whatever?
Yeah.
I would have to make some of that and take it.
So good.
Because that shit looks really good. So That would be what I would make. And maybe some pimento sandwiches. Yeah, because I love me some pimento.
Oh, so gross. That was so nasty. I can't with you. You're like my grandma reincarnated. I just sometimes I can't.
That shit's good.
Did you guys ever eat olive loaf?
No, but my husband's grandfather, he did.
I used to piss my dad off so much because my mom would buy it, and I would go through and I'd pick all the olives out and eat those, and I would just leave
that nasty slab of congealed meat.
Yes.
I like to look at it in the grocery store. Like, I'm so fascinated just by looking at it.
Right.
Because it looks like little eyeballs inside the meat, and they're just kind of like looking at you. Yeah, no. But yeah, I would bring the pimento sandwiches and the trailer trash dip.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just thought it was funny because, like, neither one of us, I mean, you know, if we're going down there at lunchtime or whatever, yeah, we're going to pack food for the kids, but neither one of us generally, like, leave the house with 20 different options for them to eat in case they get hungry or whatever. So I thought it was funny that we had this category because it's not generally something either one of us would. We might throw granola bars in our bag, you know?
Well, I have a true confession. Years ago, before I met you and we used to go to the pool with the kids, or I used to go to the pool with the kids, I took snacks because they ate from the second we got there to the second that we left. And
which is why I don't pack snacks because that's all they're going to want to do.
Yeah. And so at some point in time, we went, I think, at last minute, and I didn't have snacks. And I realized after that, they didn't need them because they didn't ask for them.
Right.
So I never took them again.
Right.
But that's not to say we couldn't take snacks for the parents, you know?
Exactly.
I mean, that's what we really should have been doing all that time, was sitting around eating and boozing it up while they swam.
I know.
I mean,
see, and all I put, I'm like, because I sat there, I'm like, well, I don't really have any magical food that I take to the pool because I don't generally do it. But if we are going like at lunchtime, I'll do homemade Lunchables because I'm not against the Lunchables you buy at the grocery store, but they are kind of gross. Let's be honest.
My kids love those. Oh my God.
I know, mine too. And I don't mind, like, well, I'll buy them. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes I'll just make them. I cut cheese and have crackers. I cut cheese. And have crackers and then like some pepperoni or whatever. Move on.
Go ahead.
And fruit. Like, I mean, you can always take, you know, cut up watermelon down there and don't eat that crap like crazy. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought you were going to. See, when I envisioned, okay, bring me your snacks to the table, like literally I was envisioning like adult snacks. I wasn't even thinking about the damn kids. And here you are. Look at you. You're such a good mom. My kids would be starving. I don't know.
I mean, you know me. I'll eat pretty much as long as it doesn't have seafood in it. I'm happy to eat whatever's on the table.
My kids wouldn't touch that fucking pimento with a 10-foot pole. They'd be looking at me like, what are you, nuts?
I'd be looking at you like you're nuts.
Well, then you would eat the trailer trash dip, I'm sure.
Oh, no. I wouldn't just eat that. I'd be over in a corner, like covering it with my body, shielding myself from everybody.
That's
like, look away. Look away from my shame. Oh my gosh. So that's our virtual pool party.
Yeah. Hopefully we threw out some pretty good ideas for people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Whether it be one of the drinks or a book or, you know, one of the gadgets or something.
I think we had some really great book options. All of those sounded really amazing.
They did. And it'd be really cool if somebody's actually read one or if they've had one of these drinks or whatever.
And the cool thing for us is, like, we're getting to the point where our kids are old enough where, and I'm not advocating you don't watch your kids at the pool because you need to watch your kids at the pool. Everybody, you know, get your shit together. But they're getting older to where they don't need us. Like, honestly, do you remember going to the pool 3 years ago and how awful it was?
Oh, yeah.
It was exhausting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's definitely not that anymore. It's really nice. They actually get in the pool and then they swim by themselves for most of the time. Right.
And so you can sit on the edge and you can read your book and you can, you know, listen to music. I mean, you can see them, but it's much easier now. So
it is. All right.
Maybe I'll go buy some books after this.
I think I'm going to go buy the books that I have sitting in my cart.
Yeah.
However,
2 days. You can have them in 2 days.
I know I can. I think the new UPS guy knows me by name. And my husband told me today, Lloyd, he's like, you know, we have the same guy every single time. There's only one FedEx or UPS or whatever. It's the same guy each time. Yeah. And I was like, he's probably, because he's like, I knew the people who lived here before you. And I'm thinking, I wonder when he goes home and tells his wife, like, wow, these people moved into this house and all she does is buy shit, like every day. But when you live out like we do, I mean, I don't, you know, I can't just run out for shit. And I'm not going to be, like, I'm being honest, a lot of stuff is much cheaper on Amazon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not purely because it's easy. It's a lot of it has to do with, you know, I can't go to Walmart and buy, like, I bought the web camera. Like, it was like $10. You can't go buy that at Walmart for $10, you know?
Right.
So, I love me some Amazon. So, how do we get off on that?
Girl, if I don't have Amazon in my life, life is not worth living.
Yeah.
No offense to my family.
All right. Well, I guess that wraps it up for today's
I think so.
topic.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you cover social media for us before we go?
Yeah,
please?
I just want to let everybody know that we did. We have pinned some more things on Pinterest, so the Pinterest board is kind of filling up, and all the things that we talked about today, we'll go and pin it over there on an episode pin. So there'll be a specific episode pin called Virtual Pool Party and everything we talked about. And our website is actually up and running and looking pretty damn good. It's not all the way current. I think I'm up to episode 21. But it's a neat place if you want to share. Like, if you have friends and you want to make it easy for them to listen, all you got to do is say lifeunderthelaundrypile.com. And anybody with a computer can actually listen to our episodes straight through those posts. So you're not having to tell people, you know, go to iTunes or Stitcher or whatever. So
right.
That's the thing I like about the website the best. It's just an easy place for you to listen to it. So, but that's it. And I mean, you can find
Facebook.
Us. Yes. Wait. Yeah. What were you going to say about Facebook?
Oh, I was just going to remind them about the group.
Yeah. No. Okay. I thought you were going to say something special, but yeah, definitely we have the group.
Nothing special.
You can share.
I never say anything special.
Yeah, me neither. And today I feel like I'm really not saying anything special. But yeah, we have the Facebook group. So if you want to share it with your friends or invite your friends, I mean, you know, they don't even really have to even listen to us to be part of the group.
That's true. Very true.
And who knows? Maybe they might eventually once they see all the really cool things that we talk about. But
we may grow on them.
That's right. So Facebook group, Instagram, Twitter, and website and Pinterest. And
yep.
I think that's it. And you can find all those links on our website. We have a nifty little icons that you can click on. It takes you right straight to all those. So
yay! What are we doing next week?
What? We have our random question generator. You want to do that?
We'll
first?
do that last.
Yes. All right.
There's a way to do this.
That was kind of bitchy, I just have to say. I will do that last.
I am a bitch, so welcome to the party.
Next week we're doing 5 types of mom friends. Yeah?
No. But we can.
Are we not doing that next week?
I had wrote our... Wait. Damn it, I was on the wrong page. You're correct.
I love it when I'm fucking right. Oh, and I can look at your face when when you realize that I was
Can you see this?
When you realize I was right,
I'm saluting you, girlfriend.
You should have seen your face. You're like, oh, you can see that shadow like cross over Pepper's face.
Wrong.
When she's like, fuck me, she was right. Yes, I was.
It's
right.
fine. I'll just edit this out. No one will ever know.
I have little birds.
They're never gonna believe you.
Okay, I have little birds flying around my head right now because I was so right. 5 types of mom friends. That's episode 35.
I'm cutting it all out. They're never going to believe you. You're going to tell people you're right, and there'll be no proof.
There will be proof. I have it on my end over here. Though the problem is, it looks like I'm talking to myself.
It'll be like the saddest conspiracy theory ever.
Them dumb bitches. What are they talking about over there? Like, who cares if they were right?
They should read more books.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah. All right. So are we ready now?
Yes.
All right. Ready?
Our random question.
Is it better to work at a job that you love or a job that pays well? I think we probably both agree on this one.
It needs to be a job you love. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I agree. Like all the money in the world is not enough if you're miserable every single day.
And I think being miserable will kill you eventually. I mean, and it's just not a life worth living. And you only get, what is it you always say? You only get one time around this planet?
Yep. That's right.
Something of that nature. Yeah. So I think you need to be happy.
Yeah. One life. That's right. You only get one time. So that you know of. You do get. That's
I mean that you remember. Like I think you get multiple turns, but
you do. But the only one that you remember is the one that you're in right now. So.
Which is why we do what we do, because this shit ain't paying.
That's totally right. I know. I've had people say, "Well, why do you make money at it?" And I'm like, "No." And they kind of look at you like, "Well, why are you doing it?" But it's a great hobby, and I really enjoy doing it.
And I think eventually we will make money. So I have faith. I'm like George Michael. You gotta have faith.
Well, once people realize how fucking amazing we are, absolutely, the money will start rolling in. So we'll get there. So you have to edit
rich bitches.
You have to edit the shit out of this episode. This is probably like the longest episode ever. We had some technical difficulties.
It's not bad. It's no longer than last week's episode, so we're still doing good. We got like 2 minutes, and then we're screwed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're done. I think we're good.
I think we are done. That was really good. I like that that question. So after you listen to the episode, make sure you go over to the group page. And I always put, which reminds me I need to do that today, I almost always put the question over on the group page after I've posted the show. So make sure you head over there and let us know.
I'm glad you do, because I never can remember to do it. And I'm looking for a Post-it right now, and I'm like, I can't find a Post-it to put it on. Oh, here we go. I found it. All right. So, yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's it, yeah?
Yeah, it is.
Cool deal. Awesome.
Are you writing right now? We're in the middle of a show.
If I don't write, I forget.
She's writing a grocery list. It has nothing to do with me.
Come on. When you hit a certain age, if you don't write that shit down, you'll totally forget it.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So.
I know.
Right. Cool deal.
All right, lady. I'll see you next week.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.